Welcome to the Eat Better, Move Better, Live Better podcast presented by Flourish with Tracy, where we'll dive into the realms of holistic wellness, plant-based nutrition, yoga, and self-care to help you live your best life. Tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern for our special segments. Meditation Monday. Start your week with mindfulness. Wellness Wednesdays. Get the midweek boost you need. Sadhana Saturdays. Dedicate weekends to personal growth. Join us as we explore and discuss all things to eat better, move better, and live better. The seasons are beginning to shift from one to the next. Our activities and sometimes work also shift with the seasons. Did you realize or ever notice that your food choices, cravings, or what you desire to eat also change with the seasons? For example, when it's hot out, you want juicy fruits, but when it's cold, you long for soups and stews. Why does this happen? How does the food you eat shift when the seasons change? It's not random. It's your body's natural intelligence responding to the rhythms of nature. Today, we're exploring how to eat with the seasons and the wisdom of seasonal eating. Seasonal eating is guided by the practice of Ayurveda. And we've all heard the adage, let food be thy medicine and medicine thy food. This is Ayurveda, the traditional practice and system of medicine that teaches us when we live and eat in harmony with the seasons, we stay balanced, energized, and resilient. You may ask, what is Ayurveda? Ayurveda is one of the world's oldest healing systems developed over 5,000 years ago. The word Ayurveda means the knowledge of life. It's a holistic science that doesn't separate mind, body, and spirit. Instead, it teaches that health comes from balance and alignment between each. And at its heart, Ayurveda is a preventive natural medicine. It doesn't wait for illness. It teaches us how to live, how to eat, sleep, move, and breathe so that diseases is less likely to take root. Benefits of consuming and living an Ayurvedic lifestyle is that it supports digestion and immunity. It keeps the body in harmony with nature. It encourages a diversity of nutrients. The foundation of Ayurveda are doshas. Doshas is a combination of the 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether, space. And they form within us to create 3 energies called doshas. Doshas break down as vata, pitta, and kapha. Each of us has all 3, but usually 1 or 2 are more dominant. And this is called your prakriti, your constitution. It's like your Ayurvedic fingerprint. You can detect your personal doshas through self-observations or taking an assessment. And we distinguish or define them as follows. Vata, which is the combination of the elements air and ether. If Vata is your dominant dosha, it will manifest as movement, creativity, or lightness. People with dominant Vata tend to have a thin frame, dry skin, quick thinking, variable energy, and prone to anxiety or constipation when imbalanced. The elements fire and water make up the dosha Pitta, and its dominance is manifested in digestion, transformation, and metabolism. People with Pitta doshas tend to have a medium build, a warm body, sharp mind, strong appetite, and prone to irritability, inflammation, or skin issues when imbalanced. And Kapha, represented by the elements earth and water, manifests with the dominance in stability, nourishment, and growth. Kapha dominants tend to have sturdy build, smooth skin, calm nature, good endurance, prone to sluggishness, weight gain, or congestion when imbalanced. So you may ask, what does this have to do with food and seasons? Everything. In Ayurveda, food is not just fuel, it is medicine. Why? Because food directly influences Agni, our digestive internal fire. When the Agni is strong, food is transformed into energy, vitality, and clarity. And when it's weak, toxins or ama can accumulate and cause imbalance. Every food has its quality: hot or cold, heavy or light, moist or dry. These qualities interact with our doshas. For example, spicy chilies may balance kapha sluggishness but worsen the heat of pitta. So Ayurveda teaches us to choose food as daily medicine tailored to our specific dominant dosha and to the season. When you eat in accordance with your dosha, you balance your unique constitution. And when you eat in accordance to the season, you balance the changing environment regardless of where you are in the world, as we experience seasons differently based on where we're located at any given time. And that regardless of the season, when you are in accordance with it and your dosha, you create a system harmony between your being and nature to offset and balance before it becomes illness or out of ease, dis-ease. There are seasonal rhythms in Ayurveda. It's a seasonal wisdom, and it's called Ritucharya, or the regimen of the seasons. This rhythm and regimen is important because just as doshas shift in our bodies, they also shift in nature. Each season increases certain doshas, and if we don't adapt, imbalance arises. Nature provides what we need. Foods that ripen in each season counterbalance the dosha imbalance of that time. Just as weather changes outside, it shifts inside our bodies too. Ayurveda says that seasonal doshas rise and fall, just as nature's cycle, and it affects us seasonally. When you understand how the foods affect your dosha seasonally, understanding which foods ripen in each season help you naturally counterbalance the dominant dosha. For example, in the Western Hemisphere, spring is damp, heavy, and slow. It's kapha season. Spring brings growth, but also heaviness and congestion. Food should be light and drying, perfect for the heaviness of kapha. Ayurveda recommends bitter, pungent, and astringent tastes. Think fresh greens, sprouts, radishes, lentils, and warming spices. In the Western Hemisphere's summer, it's hot, intense, pitta season. Food should be cooling and hydrating. Juicy foods such as cucumbers, melons, fruits, cilantro, mint, and coconut water soothe pitta heat. Autumn in the Western Hemisphere and early winter is dry, windy, cool. It's vata season. Food should be warm, grounding, light oils. We balance vata dryness with sweet, sour, and salty tastes. Stews, root vegetables, sesame, oats. And late winter in the Western Hemisphere is cold and heavy. It's part and return to kapha. Food should be hearty, warming, and strengthening. Grains, nuts, seeds, soups, broths, fermented or preserved foods, and warming spices and teas. When you understand how foods affect your dosha seasonally, understanding which foods ripen in each season help you naturally counterbalance the dominant dosha. It's important to understand that the Ayurveda is universal and it is not based on the Western Hemisphere's definition of seasons. Instead, it's based on the qualities of each season, not just a Western 4-season calendar. It's based on hot or cold, wet or dry, or heavy or light. Ayurveda looks at these qualities, not calendar dates. So the key is to recognize your digestive strength and understand that it will vary as the Agni, digestive fire within you, is strongest during cold seasons and weakest during the warmer or hot seasons. So based on the season and temperature, wherever and regardless of where you are located in the world, understanding that the heavier meals digest during cold months and lighter meals digest better during warm months will aid and guide you. So instead of saying spring equals kapha, which represents the Western Hemisphere Ayurveda, instead ask what qualities of your environment is present right now. Is it hot and humid? Then it's pitta-like. Is it dry and windy? Then it's vata. Or is it cold and damp? Then it would be kapha-like. So no matter where you live, the goal is always opposite qualities of the season for balance. If it's too hot, eat cool. If it's too dry, eat moist. If it's too heavy or damp, eat light and dry. And if it's too cold, eat warm. This way, Ayurveda is not limited to geography. It flexes with your environment. This is true even in extreme climates such as desert or arid areas. Vata and Pitta qualities dominate. Ayurveda recommends moist, cooling foods year-round, dates, melons, cooling herbs. Or if you're in a polar or cold climate, Vata plus Kapha dominate. So focus on warm, heavy foods much of the year. Let's say you're in a tropical or equatorial region. Well, places like Southeast Asia or the Caribbean often don't have 4 seasons. Instead, they have hot and dry, which is more Pitta and Vata. And they may have wet and rainy, which is more Kapha. And for the Ayurvedic adaptation, during the hot season, then focus on cooling, hydrating foods like you would do in the summer. And during the wet season or rainy season, lighten up the diet. Avoid heavy, damp foods to prevent kapha sluggishness. And those in the southern hemisphere operate in the mirror reverse of the western hemisphere. Australia, South America, South Africa, etc. Southern happens during December to February, winter during June to August. So the Ayurvedic guidelines flip to match the local seasonality. If you're in Australia and in December, it equals a Pitta summer, so you would want to eat cooling, hydrating foods. Whereas in June in Australia, it's Vata, Kapha, winter, eating warming, grounding foods. So how do we apply this practice daily? Allow nature to guide you. Shop local and fresh. Farmers markets show what's naturally in season. Cook seasonally. Adjust your cooking and your cooking methods. Steaming and stir frying in the spring. Raw foods and fruits cooling in the hot seasons. Roasting in the autumn and slow cooking in cold seasons. Use your spices as medicine. For example, use ginger for kapha, coriander for pitta, and cumin or fennel for vata to help balance the doshas. Adjust your meal consumption rhythm by eating the largest or heavier meals at midday when digestion or agni is strongest and lighter in the evenings at night. Listen to your body. Cravings often show what you may be lacking and often mirror how your doshas are interacting with the season. Seasonal alignment is not just about food, it's also about lifestyle. Complement your consumption with seasonal lifestyle beyond food, as doshas also involve our mental and physical states. In warm seasons, implement cleansing practices like yoga, energizing breath work. Hot seasons, try calming yoga, cooling pranayama, or meditation. cool seasons. Complement with grounding practices or a warm oil massage. And strength building, warm community connections are good for cold seasons. So how to get started? Take a moment to just pause and reflect. Ask yourself, what seasons do you feel most in balance with? What season challenges you most? What is one small dietary, lifestyle, or routine change you can implement to align better with the season? The purpose of this exercise is to bridge the ancient wisdom of Ayurveda with practical personal integration for each participant. It is highly personal, as what balances one person may not work for another. Reflecting helps you identify your natural strengths and understanding which season feels easy or simple, or which seasons challenge you or indicate where imbalance shows up. This awareness helps you understand your connection with the seasons and how nature is relevant in your daily life. And it helps you to understand what complements your consumption as well. It encourages personal ownership, knowing that one small change you can make can transform into an actionable steps towards your well-being, and that it supports holistic learning and the Ayurvedic principle of self-study, svadhyaya, and it increases retention of healthy and holistic habits. For more in-depth analysis or understanding your doshas, you can take a dosha assessment or work with an Ayurvedic or holistic health practitioner. Eating with the seasons aligns us with nature's wisdom. It supports digestion and enhances vitality. Eating with the seasons in accordance with Ayurveda teaches us that food is medicine, and that nature provides exactly what we require in each season. When we eat with the seasons, we're not just nourishing our body, we're aligning with the rhythms of the earth. When consumption is wrong, medicine is of no use. When consumption is correct, medicine is of no need. When we eat with the seasons, we support our digestion and immunity, balance our unique dosha constitution, prevent imbalances before they become illness, and we reconnect with the cycles of nature that we are already a part of. Remember that food is not fuel, it's medicine, and nature provides exactly what we require, exactly when we need it. So start small. Notice what foods are available to you around this season. Notice the change in the seasons and ask yourself, does this food bring me balance? Does this nourish not only my body, but also my mind and spirit? And adjust accordingly as you need for your dosha. Eating with the seasons is more than a diet. It's a relationship with life itself. And when we honor it, we experience greater vitality, harmony, and connection. May your meals be medicine. May your seasons be balanced. And may your life be in harmony with nature. Namaste. Thanks for tuning in. I hope today's insights help you on a personal journey towards a healthier, happier life. Don't forget to join every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern for more self-care and holistic wellness tips. Before you go, make sure to comment, click the bell, like, and subscribe buttons for upcoming episode notifications. Be sure to always consult a medical professional before making any major changes regarding your health, diet, or routine. In the meanwhile, stay motivated, stay inspired, and remember, every step you take is one step closer to a better you. Until next time, keep flourishing, and as always, may all be well.